Hi everyone, Narissa here checking in with a bit of mental motivation. And I've got a question for you. What are you excited to learn over the next few weeks? I can tell you what I'm excited about. I recently enrolled in this great new program from Yale University, The Science Behind Well-Being, and it has been such an experience to go through ideas on top of ideas on things we often think we know about. But then, when we open ourselves to look outside of our typical behavior, through various webs, angles, and perspectives, we're like, hey, this can be made so much better. And that's really the beauty of learning, I find. Always being able to get a fresh perspective that challenges what we know, how we think, and ultimately, what we do. In the last year, we've seen tremendous spikes in learning and in the need for greater self development and discipline. It's an area that I encourage anyone to continue along and keep within sharp focus because our ability to navigate and rise in the face of constant change and challenge depends largely on how well we can repurpose what we know and quickly adapt to new ways of thinking and pushing through. So, as you prepare yourself, align your goals, and get into that mental space of doing, here are a couple of ways and tips to help you stay sharp in your field and priorities. So, whether you're working within a structural environment or from home, you can apply any of these principles to help build a better ecosystem around your own body of learning, your goals, and your core needs. The first, be curious. Keep upbeat with your industry news and innovation. Remember, we live in a time where anything is deemed irrelevant overnight and change is constant. If you're serious about what you do and being an authority in your field, then set yourself apart and up to know what is happening, what has changed, what is changing, what is coming up, what will add competition, and ultimately affect how you think and do. Secondly, tighten your focus and discipline some good habits. Here, you're going to start intentionally listening to your daily interactions and catching yourself within the everyday habits to see if they are really serving the right purpose at the right time. Is what you're doing and accommodating helping you to elevate and be successful and motivated and fulfilled? Or is it simply spreading you too thin and depleting your energy? Filter all the noise of everything and anything that brings you down or constantly interrupts your progress and path to what you truly need or should be doing in those moments. So, whether that's the news outlet, social notifications that keep popping up on your mobile devices, negative people, or even your bestie calling to dish on the latest Netflix series, give yourself permission to filter it and effectively discipline a lifestyle that works for you. 3. Take a holistic view of your environment and ask yourself what lacks and what do I need to do to be a part of the solution. We've seen that getting out of a really bad situation is not a one man band. It takes strong communities willing to step up and come together. So don't be afraid to teach what you know and share where you can. You never know what your insight and expertise could spark in those moments. Oftentimes, we find greater purpose and can stimulate our thinking by thinking beyond what's in it for me. Instead, think of how can I help? How can I be of greater value and support the people around me? 4, develop a personal learning strategy. And this is an area I find we tend to underserve in the thought process behind why we are doing a particular program or how we intend to practice a skill or new idea to bring about something better, solve a problem, or make things function. Your personal learning strategy should not be the sort of haphazard, oh, that sounds nice, or it'll look good on my resume, or I'll get a shareable certificate to boost my social image. You want to get serious with your learning and align your focus and efforts to help elevate your career and your life goals. Too often, I see people opt into a volume of courses with little understanding of how they intend to practice or extend value from it. Be intentional with your time and your efforts. It is better to master something, to become one with it, and use it as an extension of who you are to drive productivity, insight, innovation, rather than to fish around without a purpose. And 5, track and measure your movements. Ask yourself, are my efforts converting? Or is something overlapping? Do I need to tighten an area or extend a bit more of my focus to finesse another? Don't simply do one big thing today and then forget about it tomorrow. Don't attend a masterclass or implement a great learning initiative today only to lose fact on the habits needed to create the desired behavior. Remember, whatever you do, create or implement, needs to add up, and setting up your environment, whether home or workplace, to help you track your output, that is your time and your efforts, will be key to maintaining healthy habits and creating greater agility as you move forward. The bottom line is this: even if you find yourself connecting and mastering just one of these principles, it will help you to sharpen your overall outlook. One of the biggest mistakes often made is applying principles for the desired outcome without taking the time to really see what is currently happening and building the habits, which is a process in its own right, to create the behavior for the desired outcome to stick. To get in touch with me to learn more how we can collaborate or work together on a growth initiative, whether individual or company based, click on the link below. In the meantime, keep on inspiring everyone.